Our first update of Fortnite Season 3 has arrived, adding new mythic bosses, weapons, and abilities, a brand new free emote everyone can unlock, V-Buck compensation, and much more that we are going to be showcasing in today's video. And if you guys want to be gifted any of the brand new skins dropping into Fortnite shop, or if you still need the Season 3 Battle Pass, all you have to do is drop a like, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, and leave your epic usernames down in the comments below. And a big shout out to everyone using code Nerpah1 in the item shop. You guys are legends. So thank you so much for all the support. And real quick, before we show you guys how to unlock the new free emotes and V-Buck compensation, I quickly wanted to showcase the brand new mythic bosses, weapons, and abilities you guys can obtain via the new update that went live earlier this morning. So the first mythic boss or NPC is, of course, Mace Windu, which has never been in any other Star Wars collab. And if you guys are looking for him, to make it a little easier, he will have a purple icon on the map. So that's how you know where Mace Windu is located. Once you go up and find him and accept his quest to take the Force abilities, he will give you the Force Pull and Force Jump abilities, and of course you obtain his iconic purple lightsaber that's never been available in any prior Star Wars collaborations. And personally, I think the purple is probably one of the coolest sabers out of all of them, so it's awesome we finally get to use this. But the Force Pull ability is great for you zero build players out there that are trying to launch players off the edges of cliffs and give them fall damage, and it's a really useful one to combine with the Force Jump ability. Now for our second brand new NPC added to the island, it is our boy Darth Maul, who unfortunately is not brand new as he was in a prior Star Wars collab. But if you're looking for his NPC on the island, it will have a red marker on it, just like Mace Windu's purple. Once you guys find Darth Maul and go through his portal, he will give you the Force Throw ability and the Force Jump ability along with his iconic red lightsaber, which is pretty unfortunate when you think about this first update we received in Season 3. Both of these new Force abilities, and other than Mace Windu being a new NPC, are basically recycled abilities from older Star Wars collaborations, which is kind of a bummer. It does seem like Fortnite really isn't trying too hard to add unique items this season, but in their defense, the Force Throw and Force Pull abilities are both really fun to use, and depending on if you're playing zero build or build mode, they can be very useful for outplaying other players. And the good news for us is, although this update was kind of weak in terms of new mythic abilities and weapons, next week on May 15th, we are receiving another big update that is also going to be adding two new mythics. The first of which is the Wookiee Bowcaster, which is recycled, but the second one is known as the CA-87 Jawa Scatter Blaster, which is a mouthful to say, but this is a brand new unique mythic that we've never seen in any other Star Wars collaboration, and that is going to be dropping in a week from now, so at least we have that to look forward to. And now that you guys know how and where to obtain the new Force abilities and weapons in this update, we could dive right into the brand new free emotes and free V-Buck compensation that was just sent out to players, a part of this update earlier this morning. And it all has to go back to a few days ago when Fortnite made a giant mistake in the item shop when they accidentally re-released the Go Home emote, which was last seen in Fortnite's item shop in 2019, 5.5 years ago, or 2,030 days ago. And the reason we know this was a mistake, for starters, it didn't even show the right icon in the shop when it was released, but secondly, this was also supposed to be a quote-unquote limited time emote that was only released back in 2019, specifically for limited time for the end event, which was basically the giant live event that took place at the end of Chapter 1. It took the servers offline for a total of 2 days. We had the iconic Fortnite black hole, and then after that, we launched into Chapter 2, and that emote was basically never supposed to re-release again as it was exclusive to that season's live event. But of course, fast forward to a few days ago, Fortnite accidentally re-released it for a few hours, allowing a lot of players to purchase it since it is one of the most rare emotes in all of Fortnite's history. And after they released it, Fortnite status confirmed that they were going to be adding an OG style for all the original owners that bought it back in 2019. And the best part is they were also going to be giving V-Buck refunds to anyone that repurchased it when it accidentally re-released into the item shop 2 days ago, which is absolutely insane. And of course, in today's update, they kept their promise. So for all of you guys that were OG owners of the Go Home emote back in 2019, you are now going to receive the brand new Spectating emote, which was an emote added to Fortnite's files last season but never released. It was probably an emote that was going to be saved or scrapped for a later date, but they are now giving OG owners the Spectating emote as their free OG style. So unfortunately, it seems like this emote is never going to come out to the general public since it is now considered an OG style for the Go Home owners that bought it back in 2019. And overall, the emote is pretty simple, so you guys really aren't missing much if you're not receiving it. Also, make sure to add a us on Snapchat for more giveaways, daily news, and special item shop gifting. The cool part about this mistake, on top of a free emote being sent out, is mainly due to the fact that if any of you guys bought the Go Home emote when it re-released 2 days ago for 100 V-Bucks, on top of Fortnite allowing you to keep the emotes, they are also giving and refunding your 100 V-Bucks back. So basically, if you bought Go Home when it came back, you're getting the emote for free, you're keeping it, and they're giving your V-Bucks back. So it's literally like a free emote, all because Fortnite made a simple mistake. So of course, for all of you guys that purchased it, which was probably a lot of you guys because it was super hype when it came back, you are going to also be getting 100 V-Bucks back, which isn't crazy, but it's still a free emote nonetheless. And for all of you OG owners out there, you will be getting these spectating emotes the next time you log into Fortnite, which is also amazing news. And the one thing I want to mention before we move on to the next segment is it's very interesting that only after 2 days, Fortnite already sent out an OG owner reward and did the 100 V-Buck refund. But if we look back at the other rare skins that returned to Fortnite, it was the Renegade Raider and Aerial Assault Trooper, and those OG owners are still waiting to be given their OG styles that Fortnite added to the files over 4 months ago. And it's now been officially 5 months since Renegade Raider and Aerial Assault Trooper initially came back into the item shop for the first time in 6 years. So it's really weird that OG owners of Renegade and Aerial are still waiting for their OG styles 5 months later, but here we are with the Go Home emotes, and within 2 days, Fortnite made sure that all the original owners of this emote got their compensation, and all the players that bought it recently got their V-Bucks back as well. So it's very interesting. It really shows where Epic's priorities are focused, and I guess it does make sense as the Go Home emote was an accident, whereas Renegade Raider and Aerial Assault Trooper was definitely planned to re-release, but it's still pretty interesting. So let me know down in the comments, out of all of you guys watching, who is going to be getting these spectating emotes, who is going to be receiving a 100 V-Buck refund, and who is still waiting to receive their OG styles for Renegade Raider and Aerial Assault Trooper. I know some of you guys watching this video were probably OGs that bought it back in Chapter 1, so hopefully that is sent out here very soon. We also received some more exciting news in Fortnite's update earlier this morning, and that is the fact that we are going to be receiving an entire new cosmetic type and category in Fortnite, most likely next season, known as companions, which we will throw some concepts of what the Fortnite community has already been making for this new cosmetic type up on the screen, just so you guys can get a better visual representation. But this new companion cosmetic type is basically going to work like having your own personal pet. It will essentially follow you around in-game very close to your feet like a dog or cat would in real life anyways, and anyone that is in your party will be able to see them, meaning enemy players in Fortnite Battle Royale will not see them in-game, as they are not going to actually impact gameplay too much. It is mainly just supposed to be a visual cosmetic, just like the rest of the cosmetic categories in Fortnite Battle Royale. They obviously don't really want to add anything that's considered pay to win. And what's cool about this new companion is the fact that this is going to open up so many new possibilities for awesome collaborations and cosmetic types. Obviously, Fortnite already has a type of back bling known as pets, so there's already a possibility for Fortnite to make all the ongoing and existing pets into companions that, instead of being on your back bling, are going to follow you around in game like your actual pet or dog. But there's also a bunch of other collaborations and cool concepts people have been drawing up with this new cosmetic type, and it was also confirmed that they will have their own added slot in the locker, similar to when cars and decals arrive. So this is going to have its own cosmetic type in the locker itself, and this is most likely going to be released and a part of the next season's battle pass, which is very exciting as this was all added to Fortnite's files earlier this morning, and something that is brand new that Fortnite's probably been working on a good bit behind the scenes, but we are finally just now seeing it added to the files in the early stages. So we don't really know what our first official companions are going to be, but this gives you a pretty good idea of what to expect, and it's very exciting that we are getting an entire new cosmetic category added in Chapter 6 Season 4 that is going to be releasing here within the next month. But with all that being said, that is all I got for you guys in today's video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, my friends.